motherfuckers. Welcome back to Watch Bad Movies, Great Comedians after, our December, Christmas, January, start of the year 2023 break. We are going to bring out more episodes, I promise. What show we've got for you? If you've never seen the show before, what we do is it's a celebration of the love of cinema by looking at some of the really bad bits and picking them apart, a lot like a cat with a mouse. Talking about that, let me introduce you to our panel. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Billy Kirkwood. I am the second run-up for the Chris Thorburn lookalike contest, but I am joined by the man himself, returning after his travels all abroad. Please welcome wonderful Mr. Chris Thorburn back to the show. Chris, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day. Oh, wait, listen. How dare you? First of all, everyone got sick over certain episodes. Did you notice that? Everyone gets sick over certain episodes.
I put out how much better, after the film we're about to do, how much better does the Star Wars Christmas special
Fuck yes.
fucking look?
I don't know. Have you seen? But anyway, I'll tell you what. We'll get right to the rest of the panel. First of all, we're back with Mr. Rick Molland, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
And of course, we are joined by, I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just going for what I saw on Twitter. Please welcome comedian, writer, and so much more. Please welcome, making her debut here on Watch Bad Movies, Great Comedians, Ms. Kate Hammer, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And I would like to get the apology in straight away for what an episode to come in on. Right, let's cut to the chase. This was Rick's choice. Before we get into the nits and grits, what have we done to you?
It is. Well, you know, look, there is a level of film that is that's bad.
Yeah.
There's a level of film that is made bad, written bad. This is everything. There's not a single redeeming feature of this fucking film. It is so terrible that it will go down in history. It's up there. It's like Highlander 2 bad.
Well, before... I want to say this before I let you know exactly what the film is. You will know because you're looking at the DVD or you're looking at the whatever the podcast has gone out. DVD.
DVD.
What the fuck? I tell you, I do think I've got Bruce Willis disease.
If you're looking for that last minute bargain basement Christmas present,
if you find yourself on CFAX, do we have CFAX in Canada? Do you have CFAX?
No idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
CFAX is one of their towns.
It was a friendly 80s robot that got a bit touchy-feely in the 90s.
Mr. Blobby?
I am normally pretty positive about bad movies, right? I can normally find something that I'll like, but I am going to say hands down, this is the first one to break me.
Is this, so the other films we've done so far?
Yes.
Okay, Masters of the Universe.
We have.
Okay, and we did the Star Wars Christmas special.
Yes.
Where'd you rate this? And where'd you rate this in those three so far?
Oh, fuck me. It's below the ground. It's in the dark. We're in the magma of the planet. It is the 2019/2020, because they can't even decide what year this fuck. The second worst thing to happen, the first worst thing to happen in 2020, it was the movie Cats. Now, guys, I'm going to come out and say this straight away. I fucking hated this. I absolutely hated this. And I'm a positive motherfucker, right? We sat down, me and Mrs. K, who, there we go, look at it here. Everything about this makes me laugh. First of all, we're going to hit you with, from the Academy Award-winning Tom Hooper, director of Les Miserables and The King's Speech. Two, I think we can agree, pretty good films. Lots of love for Les Miserables, which I'm not going to try and mangle anymore. I'd like to apologise to France.
That's all right.
Based on the legendary Andy Lloyd Webber musical, right? Which is where I want to start. Because first of all musical fans.
That's what I was going to say. How do you feel about musicals?
Love musicals.
Yeah.
Absolutely love musicals.
Same. Love a musical.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, hate him.
Good. That's what I like. And I'm raised from a family. My mum would constantly have on as a kid, pretty much, because there used to be musicals on the TV all the time during the day. They were clearly the cheapest films.
Sound of Music.
All the fucking time. You'd suddenly turn on the TV and there's James Cagney singing and you're like, what the fuck is this?
I do miss the days where there was tap dancing in films.
When are we bringing it back?
I love that.
Well, then why didn't you love this? Because that was the best.
It isn't, but it's probably the worst edited thing I've ever seen in my life.
My favorite part is the fight scene where someone just gets tap danced off a boat.
Oh,
yeah.
And I was like, this is the worst. This is the worst.
So what I did, the one musical that's always slipped through the net in terms of theatre was Cats. I hadn't really seen it, so Mrs. K had reminded me of the video that came out that every theatre kid or every drama kid had in their house. They had Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and they had Cats. So I went, I watched it, and I enjoyed it for what it was.
Have you seen it on the? Have you seen it on?
I've never seen it on the stage. I've only seen it on video. I'm afraid to say.
Okay.
I wouldn't miss.
Not even DVD.
No, not even DVD. I think it was actually. It might have been illegally streamed. Come at me. Whoever's in charge of the internet. Come at me. It was illegally streamed. They don't say it, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was.
So I'd never seen it. Now I go to the theatre.
This is the only thing you've seen of Cats.
So this is the only thing I've seen this 3 times now.
Why?
I've seen it 3. Well, once to watch it. Because
Like when it first came out.
When it first came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once.
Because the hype was amazing. if you like dogs, you'll fucking love Cats.
Well, honestly, it's the best review I've ever heard of any film ever. Was Cats is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs. And the other one I read is fantastic. It's brilliant. It went. Look, I'm no longer a cat person. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm a movie person after watching this.
I could do it to you. Let's take a look at the musical first of all. We got a couple of images because one of the most controversial things is when the trailer first came out, right?
Yeah.
So this is this might actually be from that video that I watched. This is what the theatre production. It's very much what you would expect in a theatre production. The Cats. You made an interesting point about the skin is what makes the character.
Yeah, because like, you know, as you can see, they're very stylized, they're very accessorized. It's a costume, like, but the film takes a very different approach to how these cats are going to
cat
look.
noses here.
Yeah,
Like,
cat noses.
they're like, oh, a cat, because they have a cat nose and cat eyes.
This is a representation. Would you agree, right? you understand that this is at least a cat-like creature.
Yeah. So look. The things that I talk about, even from a theatre perspective.
Also, I feel like I know all these guys. Like, I feel like I've met every one of these people just by looking at it. I could practically tell you. First of all, he is... Listen, that relationship won't last. He's kidding himself for a start. He's kidding himself for a start. And his relationship is with this guy. It's all... We're all around the place here.
But so if you compare this film to something like The Lion King, okay, which is done... Like it did cartoon,
the CGI one.
It did cartoon. It did CGI, and then it did. But it's also done the stage production, right?
Yeah.
Now that stage production I saw last year, and it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It's actors acting with puppets as the cartoon character, and it's
Where did you see it?
At the Alhambra.
I saw it at the Playhouse in Edinburgh. It was a wedding anniversary present, and we were in the second row, but I still paid £1 for the little glasses. And I've never seen a selection of theatre goers more angry. It's just making a mockery of the whole thing. It's like, I want to see what's going on. I'm taking these home. Don't you dare take those home. Don't you dare take those home.
And you look at that, and that works on stage. It works as a cartoon, but the live animation the live version of it is just oddly misplaced. And I think there's the problem with this is that you can kind of when it's in theatre, you can kind of see what's happening. Then you bring it into film and you go, did they get for the fur? Did they get the team that did the Green Lantern?
Fuck, I know. It's so... I literally think they CGI'd all the bodies. Because even the bodies moving, I'm like, no one acted. They just took Taylor Swift's head and just pasted it on a moving CGI
weird
body.
moments are like the special effect. There's bits in it where they leap, and I think I said to you, they're leaping around like the...
It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah,
It's worse than
It
that.
doesn't look
It's
right.
like that when they didn't get it right as well. It's like they're leaping. They attempt to defy gravity at points in it. As you can see the guy pulling on the wire to do it, and you're like, and
It's just Ian McKellen back there.
Trying to get an extra shot. Or Ray Winston, who everyone forgot.
Ray Winston's in it. Ray Winston's in it.
He made sure nobody found out that he was
How
in
are you
it.
telling me that doesn't constitute blacking up?
We were also talking about that.
So let's get into the film camp. First of all, the West End production, Broadway production, still running, running wild, as they would say.
Based on C.S. Lewis poems.
Andrew Lloyd Webber right? Because I was wondering what Andrew Lloyd Webber thought about the movie. Didn't like it. He even hated the adaptation.
I'm not gonna lie.
of
Is
his
he still?
production.
He's actually still alive?
He's actually still alive. He is writing a musical about this podcast right now. No doubt. You know, Andrew, you've done your bit. Stop.
Okay, if I can interject with just like a fun little recent bit of Andrew Lloyd Webber trivia. So the most recent thing that Andrew Lloyd Webber did was a stage adaptation of Cinderella. Like it's weird. Like the poster of it unintentionally made the design look like a line of cocaine. But like after we break, it's now going to be going over to America, but the production has been rebranded as Bad Cinderella. And they've got like little flyers like that are advertising it. And it's like, from the visionary director that brought you Phantom of the Opera, Cats, Joseph, comes something bad. It's like, did you read that back?
That was that cocaine in the story actually is at midnight turns back into rat poison.
Let's start ducking into a bit more the movie. First of all, Cats was a flop. It was a big flop.
27 million worldwide.
Yeah, 20. No, it sounded a little bit more about that. It was 95 million to make. First of all, and no, that budget really is any indication of
the money is on screen.
Well, just in North America alone, from the advertising point of view, it lost 113 million. That's in North America alone. Now we got to play a little bit of COVID in there as well, but I reckon the majority of the money was lost at the first trailer, which is what I want to talk about first. Because remember when Sonic the Hedgehog came out?
Yeah,
and everyone went, who the fuck is this?
But then they changed the design. They took in feedback of people go, oh, it makes you uncomfortable. Let's change it. But this one, they were like, no.
Yeah, that's a good example because they went, that doesn't look like Sonic, and they went, you're right.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like Sonic. We'll make it look like Sonic.
Yeah.
We're being silly. Well, cool. And the films are all right. And then this Cats, the first trailer where they had. Even thinking about it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, here's the fucked up thing. The day that the first trailer for Cats came out, it was during Comic-Con. It was the same day that the first trailer for Top Gun Maverick came out. That seems wild because Top Gun Maverick got delayed so often. So they came out like 2 years apart. But the trailers came out the same afternoon, the same Comic-Con, and one saved cinema, one nearly killed it. You know?
Do you think? What do you think the actors thought when they first saw that trailer?
Well, I was saying I watched a video before it was like trailer dropping this Friday, and it was all the actors sitting down being like, the technological advancements on this, working on this set, Tom Hooper, it's a lot. I went, Taylor Swift is like, I came from my concert, and then I just came here and I learned how to dance, and they're all so just like puffing smoke up Tom Hooper's ass.
I equate this film to, I think I said to you, have you seen the film Movie 43?
Yeah.
Right. So Movie 43.
It was like a series of sketches they put together in a movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's a series of sketches with major actors in them in the sketches. And I shit you not, there's a Hugh Jackman sketch where he has to wear a scarf because he has testicles hanging from his chin.
Oh yeah,
and he's playing opposite Kate Winslet.
Right, and you watch
they
it.
saw each other before they went to the set. Do you know what I mean? Like there was a script.
And I swear that film was put together because every one of those actors has done something devious, and it was like, this is how you repay the devil.
Yeah,
the president of Hollywood. Listen, kid, you're gonna have to pay a penance for this one. We all remember the first Wolverine.
Weinstein going, the cactus is going in the movie.
Well, it's like when James Corden made a deal with Satan, and Satan's like, right, you get to be in every musical, but the catch is you have to be in every musical.
Do you know someone actually put this to me? Like, obviously he's really busy. He's doing the Late Show, which I think he's about to stop doing, and he's still in films. And when he was asked about it, it's like, well, I've always worried about putting my eggs in one basket. You know, what if I didn't get those film opportunities? And it was quickly pointed out to him, like, you probably would have anyway.
Yeah.
You probably would have.
Yeah.
No one that's watching Late Night with James Corden is going to see Cats or what was it? The One in the Woods.
Oh,
yes.
You know the one I mean?
Yeah.
also-
Into the Woods, is it?
Yeah.
Into the Woods. No one's going to go and see Into the Woods. He is not the worst thing about this film, although he's not great in it.
The funniest
He's
thing.
not the worst thing. He's not the worst thing.
Funniest thing I saw about this film
Go on in.
was James Cordon and Rebel Wilson presenting an award together.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Right. And they come out together and everyone in the room fucking knows that it's the Cats, and it comes out and it's those two, and they lower the microphone down between them.
Yeah.
And Rebel Wilson and James Corden both just start going pouring at the microphone, and it's really funny. It's just those two badly hitting the microphone, and they are both going, "We know this is a piece of shit."
Well, that's pretty good. Let's talk about. If you've never seen Cats, first of all, let me break down the story because
that's the big problem with it.
I managed to do it in pretty much a paragraph.
Yeah,
but it doesn't really make any sense.
I suspect that paragraph is what you get in a 90-page script.
Pretty much. So it tells the story of a tribe of cats, and the night they make the choice by deciding which cat will ascend to the heavy
side
layer and come back to a new life.
Jellicle cats making a jellicle choice.
Oh God! Do you know my dyslexia was like, it can't be Jellicle.
Jellicle.
Can I just say that when I went to see it in theaters, we were like a couple minutes late.
How many theaters did you go and see it in?
Every night.
And so first and I was a couple minutes late, so they're already singing like Jellicle cat. And so I looked around, and I was like, oh, what did I miss? Like, what is a Jellicle cat? And everyone just looked at me and they're like, no, you didn't miss anything. No one knows.
Just the name of the gang.
No one knows. But I'm just like, how do you not know? What is Heaviside fucking... As soon as you ask one question, the movie crumbles and they're like, but it's interpretive dance.
And this is before we actually get to there was so many things wrong with this movie before even release.
Yes. Well, can I talk to you about like my experience of going to see it in the cinema? Because
this has broken you. I can see it in your eyes.
Okay. It's January 2020. My wife is away for a month, and I'm not handling it well.
How could you?
I have bad insomnia. Like, so I don't get to sleep until 8 a.m. I wake up at 3:30 when it's already getting dark. I shower, I throw my clothes on, I head out into town to meet fellow comedian Richard Brown, friend of the show.
Yes.
We have the express intent to get irresponsibly drunk and go see Cats. So we go to a pub, we have a few drinks, we go to Tesco to get booze to sneak into the cinema. Richard talks me out of buying the official licensed Cats Prosecco, which was a thing that existed and was still in Tesco's like deep into 2021.
Oh my God.
We go into the cinema, the lights go down, even before the film starts, you've got the BBFC rating, which is a U. It's not even a PG, it's a U, which is baffling because if there's two things this film is, it's terrifying and horny.
What does you mean?
Universal. Anyone can watch it.
But there's a lot of weird sexual shit.
It's so horny.
Just rubbing things together.
So you might have unlocked something about it. Is clearly who they were marketing this to, right? Because first of all, I remember a friend of mine. There's no way. He works at the Grosvenor Cinema here in Glasgow. Have you been?
Yeah.
Fantastic place, right? And he said when they did the tapings of 50 Shades of Grey, when they did the showings, I should say, people would turn up so pissed, like so drunk. Women would turn up so drunk. And he said, there was stuff like we found dildos, we found so much. Yeah. And that's a completely different scale. Yeah.
I went to watch 50 Shades of Grey.
You went to watch people watch 50 Shades of Grey.
I was too busy watching
I've never felt more alone in a full cinema in my life. It was late night after a gig. It was like the 11:30 show.
Why did you go?
Because I go to the cinema and I watch everything. And I saw it. So it was on, and it was the only thing on, and I walked in. And it was me and just lonely women just watching the film. And I'm like, do you know what? I normally sit at the back and certain pictures. I'm just going to sit at the front for this one and pretend I'm not here. And I watched the whole thing sunk down. It was genuinely it was a really fucking awkward moment. It's just weird, but just strange. But still better Still better than watching this film sober.
We will get into the nuts and bolts of the film, I do promise you. But we got to talk about a couple of the misfires on the way. So first of all, there's a trailer where everyone got proper scared. Like I was like, this isn't pleasant to even look at. Even as bad CGI, this is terrifying.
It looks like there's the thing it reminds me of is. And it's you know the way Wizard of Oz is really good, and Return to Oz is nightmarishly terrifying.
Yeah.
There's a I think there's a sequence in that with like sort of weird circus performers.
So many, man. It's I actually really like Return to Oz.
But that's what it reminded me of. It felt like oh, hang on, I didn't realize David Cronenberg directed the Muppets. That's the whole thing feels like this nightmarish.
But it goes through so many levels of CGI issues.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So first of all, we're going to talk about the buttholes.
We simply must.
And some of the bulges that got removed, apart from Jason Derulo's for some reason. Actually, I totally know. I'm on board. But they had to remove the bumholes and the nipples, right? I love that someone had to come running in.
Yeah.
Guys, we've tested the movie. The buttholes needs to go.
These same animators weeks before just like, are you absolutely certain you want buttholes? Yeah, we need them. You're not going to tell us to get rid of the buttholes.
No, wait, I tell you this now, it's what the people want.
How would they poop? Think about it. What are you, dumb?
I don't want confusion. What am I looking at here? It's a dad standing over his family.
I want to see a cat without an asshole.
Yeah. I'm not going to question the magic cat. I'm not going to, what is heavy side, Jellicle? No. How do these cats shit and piss? All right.
Dad, can I have my asshole removed?
So-
No, you can't.
The nipples thing, they removed the nipples. That happened in. That also happened in Fight Club. For
Helena Bonham Carter?
No.
Whoa, keep it in your pants.
Okay, this is a feminist podcast, Chris.
like there was a
No. It was Meatloaf's. It was Meat.
Oh,
yes.
It was Meatloaf.
That's right, that
And,
makes sense.
You know, so the Meatloaf has got what they've referred to as bitch tits,
Right.
and they did one with nipples and one without nipples, and he had to and basically that was a studio note in that to like do it, and I think the nipples made it in that film.
Right.
Yeah.
Great day for nipples.
Yeah.
But in Cats, they kept every female character has lady lumps.
Yeah.
Like, so then they
Not even
couldn't-
like 6 pairs of them. Like, you know.
they were like they're
weird.
flattened, but it's still like Rebel Wilson has boobs as a cat.
It was one of the most nightmare. Like, if you've ever seen Howard the Duck,
Yeah.
like there's a bit where you see with a humanized duck form lady, and she's got. I hate using the phrase, but there is tits. There's no two ways about it. And I remember finding that horrid at the time, but this is completely done. I thought it was like, because at least these guys on stage are having to embody cats through a physical form in best way they can.
It's
musical theatre. Mine nearly.
But that is like every sort of drama student,
Yeah,
be a
completely.
tree, do a thing. You know,
Yeah.
that's
all
music,
works.
you know,
All works within context. But this. When do you think the decision was made of like, we're going to have tiny humans, they're going to be like tiny cats, so they're like cats, but they're humans, but they're kind of cat humans.
That's the other thing with it is that the scale is all over the place.
It's like
mentioned
that
this,
Little Britain sketch,
Yeah.
you know, where they keep passing the props.
Yeah, with
Oh my
Dennis
God.
Waterman. With
Yeah.
The whole thing is like, it doesn't, none of it cuts together well. And you know, in Lord of the Rings, it was like a simple, like they did a simple calculation and went, you divide this by this, and that's the calculation we use to do size.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's like 15 different calculations going on because they're standing next to a bin and they look normal sized, and then they're standing and the whole thing is really fucking odd.
Do you want to get a look at some of the cast? Do you want to get a look at some of the cast?
I do
Right,
wanna have a
let's
look
have a look at some of the cast. Paul, if you don't mind punching some of these bad boys up. We'll start with, I think we've got James Cordon. We're going to start with James Cordon. Well, here is...
That's a good name, isn't
His
it?
paws, his hands, I fucking hate. Like, Ian McKellen went full on, and then James is just like, I'm a cat.
that annoys me so much.
Yeah, it's like he's doing the whole, and he's the only one doing it. Like, he's the only one doing it like that.
He did not get the memo. It's like he filmed all his scenes separately.
There is a
They
point,
had no
the
idea.
point where he comes in, right, is that there's like a point and you're watching it and you're like, this film is shit. It can't get any worse. And then the film goes, yes, it fucking can. And it goes, ladies and gentlemen,
James Corden.
here's James Corden. And you're just like, holy...
He doesn't need to be in it. There is no purpose to him being in this film at all.
Well, like James Corden and Rebel Wilson seem to have been given a note that no other actors in the film have, where it's like, okay, now can you just improv and sort of like point out how shit the film you're currently in is? Like you just Mystery Science Theater.
There's a bit where he kind of like, it's a bit where
don't mention Mystery Science Theater, man. We don't want them.
Keep my words. Actually, I haven't seen the. There's a problem with the film in general. There's a problem with the cats in general. The
flathead picture, I should say, I tried my best to get the flathead pictures. They have been mostly eradicated from the internet. I really, really tried. I couldn't find them anywhere.
There's no story to the stage play Cats. So what you end up with is there's no story to it. There's no conflict. It's weirdly introduced. And then you end up with like, what it is chorus line. Like, so you just get a series of cats introducing themselves and they all come on board, and the way they introduce themselves is they sing a fucking song to tell you how they are, and it just moves on and on and on and on and on, and then you got Darth Vader the cat.
I'm Stranglewank, the horny cat. I'm Scrimblepimp. My thing is trains.
Rated you for everyone.
Like, magical cat's not a fucking thing. And there's, like, magic exists in this world where you get magicked away to a fucking barge that Ray Winston.
But can we agree?
Peaky Blinders cat, just like.
Can we agree that these cats are being euthanized at the end? Like, there's no way. It's not just like you're taken to the vet and die.
The cat is going to heaven.
I watched All Dogs Go to Heaven, right? I want to make this very clear. I watched that is so much better. And I cried. I'll give a shit. This, I was like, I want these cats to die. I want cats to die.
I can solve. That's my pitch to solve. If I was giving notes on this film when I saw it, I'd be like, at the beginning when that cat appears in the sack.
Yeah.
Can we just add a canal?
Each cat, this becomes a story of each cat begging for death. Being like, I'll sing a song, please kill me.
Don't make me watch this film again.
Yeah, and then only one is taken away to die.
Oh my God, I never thought about it. Maybe there's another layer below this where in some way this is a parallel universe and these creatures are in horrible pain.
Yes.
They were humans that
because they keep changing size. Their bones hurt because they go from this big to this big every other hour.
When Andrew Lloyd Webber, I saw this interview before, and I'm not going to get all the names right, okay. But when there's a review, and there's a guy telling a story about talking to Andrew Lloyd Webber about seeing this as a stage play, right? And he's like, and the guy's asking him, he's going, so is that cat Disraeli? Is that cat Winston Churchill? Is that cat? Is there another layer beneath this? Is this cat this? Is this what? Is there something that are we trying to say something? And Andrew Lloyd Webber just went, "No, they're just cats, mate."
So the way Cats goes, it's kind of hard. I think probably the easiest way of doing this is going from musical number to musical number without breaking it down scene by scene, because trust me, the acting is not saving this motherfucker at all, right? And there's very little of it. There's very little of it going on. We start off with how do we pronounce it? Giselle? I get it wrong every time.
Yeah, Jellicle.
I am dyslexic as fuck. I would like to apologise. Jellicle Songs for Jellicle Cats is after the overture is what we kicked off. That's performed by most of the cast. Then we go on to Old Gumby Cat, which is Rebel Wilson.
Oh,
okay,
right.
cool. And that for me has.
Can we get a little Rebel there, mate? I think we've got one down the bottom.
That for me has.
She is. Oh, maybe she's not there. There we go. She is third along. There we go. There she is with those kitty lumps.
So any dots.
That for me, I quite like Rebel Wilson. I quite like her in what's the Pitch Perfect movies. I think it's great. That for me is one that has some of the worst, even worse CGI. The moment where there's odd moments and weird, like there's a bit where she's doing something and there are cockroaches.
Yeah.
Marching across the table.
With human faces.
With human faces. And then the camera.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
The camera just weirdly just goes in and it goes all like, hey, this is the Top of the Pops 1980s. We're just going to spin around.
And then she goes, yes, I've trained these cockroaches. And then she starts eating them.
Starts eating them. But then there's the
these humanoid cockroaches that we've grown to love.
Yeah. Then there's she reveals the mice.
Yeah.
So she's trained these mice with the weirdest faces. I mean, like the heads are moving and the faces are staying where they are. Nothing looks like it should do.
But Rick, then what happens is our favorite part where Rebel Wilson suddenly takes off her cat skin That she has two skins.
What the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck is going on?
She's got
They're the
race
rules of
under
this
her
world.
flesh.
This was the bit where I literally stood up in my living room. We had,
Yeah.
like, what, fucking 25 minutes, and we're not even that. And I literally went, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Like a quick change,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
and she's wearing. She's got a cat.
No,
she's dressed
her skin
like
comes up, so that means, let's break it down.
She does this twice, which means she just has layers. She did it like.
She has clothes under her skin.
Yeah.
When she woke up in the morning, right, she put on a little waistcoat. Don't worry, cockroaches, we've got a number coming today, I'm pretty sure. The second layer of skin, where the fuck she got that from?
It's not even just for the musical number. It's a fucking plot point of how they escape the barge later on.
Yeah, because that layer of skin was so tight on those chains, she had to take it
She
off.
can take it off and she just slips out of her skin.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like I mean, this film is.
How did she get the second
Guys,
skin?
I've got the solution to this plot.
I'm gonna,
Don't worry.
I'm going to get in trouble for saying this on camera, and the person may watch this, okay? But have you ever done one of those things where you trade like your good films and your good films, when you go, I'll watch my best film, you watch your best film?
Okay, yeah.
Right, a friend of mine, we were doing this, and my favorite film of all time is the film Old Boy, the Korean version.
All right,
It's
okay,
phenomenal,
okay.
love it. Okay, so I showed her Old Boy, the Korean version. She showed me her favorite film, which was Repo, the genetic opera, and I was just like, what the fuck's your worst film? Right.
Cydric comes in a little glass vial. It's a good tin, man. It's a good tin.
And I was watching that, and there's a bit in that film where Paris Hilton's face falls off.
That's right.
And that's what this reminded me of.
I like Repo the genetic opera. It's trying so hard. I like it. Even though I appreciate it. Moving on.
He made that after.
Giles from Buffy. What do you know?
He made that after the film Saw.
That's
Director of Saw.
That's
We're going to do a musical.
I love it.
So the scary body horror that is these names, like, I swear to fuck, man, these names are literally a dyslexic's nightmare.
Can I say just one other thing that like really annoys me about this film?
Go on then.
Is cats using real world cat puns as puns
Yeah.
in it.
In the film, there's a milk bar and there's the Claus Hotel. So I'm like, so this is a cat
milk
world,
bar.
but you were
It's just-
subservient to it?
You're watching it, you kind of go, when did these become Clockwork Orange? Like, it's
yes,
like, it's
yeah.
like,
See,
weird as fuck.
things like that always annoy me for the weirdest of reasons, and it is like it was someone's dream to have the Claus Hotel. It's
Yeah.
like he got that picture with him and his kittens in front of him, going like, "We've finally done it! Finally done it! We've got, this is it."
In the beginning, you're kind of panning past, and it's like, and they're showing the mouse trap.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like,
But we've seen humans, so we know humans exist. We see it. We're here, a dog. We weren't ready to see what that dog
Well,
looked like.
yeah, I
Was
wanted
it
to see a
just
dog with a human
Paris
face.
Hilton's head?
how much did this cost?
This film cost 95 million,
And the
which
whole-
is still less than I thought it would. I know
The
that
whole
sounds
thing,
No.
the whole
ridiculous.
thing with that dog, like, is we don't have the budget to show the dog,
Yeah.
like, because it's just this, they're holding the door, and there's not even you're not even seeing a paw come round or anything come round. It's this, they're just.
What you don't know is that dog was like it was like a French bulldog, and it had the biggest asshole on it. You can say, we don't have the budget to remove that, guys.
It's just the dog.
It's like the fucking Death Star. We can't remove
The
that.
dog comes in backwards.
Yeah.
Why is the dog reversing in?
Rubbing its worm-ridden arsehole across the floor.
Why is the dog reversing into the scene? I said, did you want it reversing into the scene? And you said, 100%, I will not change my
So
mind.
this cost 95 million. If I'm right, I believe that the 3 Lord of the Rings films that they made were made for under 100 million
Altogether.
altogether. They made about 30 million each. Yeah.
But so, but like,
But that only had one ring.
it's bad, ladies and gentlemen. This show will be at the Glasgow Comedy Festival. Make sure to check it out. It's an hour worth of arsehole related puns. So let's move on from old Gumby Cat. In terms of the performance, I don't even think it's.
They didn't use her well. She's not good. She has a
not-
couple lines, but like.
And then there is that thing of, hey, we've got comedians. We'll just do. That's the only things that we. There's the horrible James Cordon bit where he comes out of the thing and starts berating the cats for not all jumping within a musical. Like they're trying to catapult him up.
Oh, he's like, I'm sensitive about my weight, so please get more people so you can launch me into the
And
trash pit.
He almost like looks into the camera like, we'll need a few more.
Yeah.
Cats.
Oh, I know. Why was that? I caught that and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You have my money.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be in this movie.
And then there's bits where she's doing like bad tap dancing and sort of giving up halfway through. And it's like, all right, this is what you think is going to pass for like, oh, we need jokes.
Yeah.
Like someone's looked at it and gone, not enough jokes in this. Like,
well, that's why they had James Corden land on his groin.
Yeah.
Oh, I
as a classic.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I don't know. I don't know if that humor's a bit maybe above you. But
I've never seen a cat like. It's an odd thing to bring up, but I'm going to say I've never seen a cat go oh like, in my life. But I've never seen
the cock and balls. His cock and balls have been removed.
Yeah. Male or female, it's going to hit. And like I never. There's a show we need on the TV. There's a show. Cats hitting their groins. Let's move on from Rebel Wilson. Everyone's quite mixed on Rebel Wilson. I'm kind of like, I think she's relatively harmless. I hope that there's a role out there one day that's really going to smash it. That I'm going to like. I hated her in, God, what did I hate her in the thing she was in with Matt Lucas?
Bridesmaids?
Yeah.
I loved her in Bridesmaids.
I don't like her in Bridesmaids at all. I just thought...
I remember them being...
They're brother and they're meant to be brother and sister. Oh, she got a tattoo. I thought that was funny.
Yes.
The bit where they said, "Oh, a van turned up," and I just got in with these guys and they gave me a tattoo. I was like, that's a funny thing. But I did remember thinking, this whole bit I don't find funny at all. Yeah. Just one man's opinion. But I quite liked her in Pitch Perfect. I think she's been funny in some of the other appearances tonight. I think the film might be out there. I don't know, but this isn't really it. Although, yeah, cool. Moving on. Then we come to we come to Rum Tum Tugger, right? Performed by poor,
Chris Thorburn, as we call him.
Yeah, there he is. Which is performed by our boy Jason Derulo. I think we've got Jason. He looks like he is. There he is. There.
So did they all have to wear green suits? I don't understand.
Jason Derulo is a very talented man, right? But this film is not. He looks odd in this film.
Is this the tap dance sequence?
So this is it when he comes through and he has this whole thing where he's hanging through. I think it's meant to be effectively a cat flap. But has everyone noticed something? He's got a medallion on.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, this is his medallion that he would not take off and had to be in the film.
Well, it's got his name and address on the back of it.
The name and address. Asthmatic. Ironically, it doesn't have his name, despite the fact he says it in every fucking song.
Jason Derulo.
Jason, we just need one take where you don't say your name at the start.
I feel like I don't know what he would say. Milk and saucer, Jason Derulo. I don't know.
This is one of the his makeup and the Jennifer Hudson makeup. I find looks like makeup. I think some of the others it kind of doesn't. But I find that it looks like they look like the all this stuff, which is like, hey, it's clearly a cat design and we've gone for it. But it just doesn't. It looks like, hey, we've made up the faces and then we're gonna do everything else digitally kind of thing. You know, whereas some of the others actually it doesn't necessarily look like you can see the makeup on them. Whereas I found with him and as I say the Jennifer Hudson exactly the same.
Yeah. It's him just being in the film just seems so random. Yeah, you know, it's like we need to get someone. Yeah, we need to get someone.
We've got Taylor Swift.
We've got Taylor. Well, Perth. We haven't even. Do you know? I'm about to make a really interesting point in a couple of songs time. Right, maybe my first of this show. That is a little sad in regards to one person. We're going to come to it in a little bit. The next number is performed as Bustopher Jones, The Cat About Town, which is James Corden, Jason Derulo, Corey English, and Idris Elba. The debate rages because I get it wrong every time.
It's not a debate, that's you being wrong.
Let's say it's just me being wrong. The debate is in my own head. Let's get a look. Sorry, that's a little darker than it should be, but he is playing McCavity.
They didn't light him right. He was so.
Are they trying to hide him because he's scarred up for a start?
It looks like this is the bit where the film goes, hey, we're going to use the leftover crow sets.
Yeah. He's I think he's a fantastic actor. I don't remember seeing him in anything I haven't liked until we got to Cats.
That gunslinging one with the
lone gunman.
No, the one with Matthew. It's the Stephen King film.
The
Dark Tower. Yeah.
Don't say that. No, the thing is,
but yeah, so first off, with this character, he's the bad guy in the film, right? So he's the bad guy in the film,
but played by one of the most likable actors, which I don't think is a good idea.
You know, I mean, every sort of animated cat thing he does the voice for anyway now. Like he's
Hey, listen, you know, I've got to say he is one of the seals in Finding Dory.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like, Derek! I reckon it's one of my favourite scenes.
I reckon he did the film Beast just to get this out of his skin. I'm going to kill a fucking lion after I've seen this film. So he turns up, and even at the beginning, it's just like, we don't know anything about this guy. We don't know what he wants, but what we're going to do is we're just going to shoot him in a foreboding way and put foreboding music over it. And that's all the backstory you're getting from that whole point. This is the antagonist of the film.
But with no lead up, it's literally like, except for McCavity, who's the bad guy. And then you just have a shot of him being like, hey.
How many bad guys just want to win a talent contest?
And like in the middle of their happy songs, like you said, it'll just be a shot of him being like, whoa. And then it'll go back and you're like, that's not how to set up any tension. Also he's magic.
Yeah. That's the problem with how's that not winning a talent contest?
Wait, but the best part about his character is that every time he disappears, he goes, meow. Did you not notice that? Yeah. You literally, they made Idris Elba go, meow, every time. And I'm like, that's embarrassing. I bet
they told him, they went, we're going to dub something in. We'll dub something in. Don't worry about it. We'll dub something in.
We'll do a real cat noise.
It's going to look amazing. And the poor guy that's just had to remove 2 hours worth of assholes gets the job and he goes, fuck that. Fuck that.
I'm going home to see my wife for the first time in 3 weeks.
Sexiest man on earth. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Then we got to come on to Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser, right? Which is that 6 song. The reason this song, so it's Nomi Morgan, I think it might be Neve Morgan, and Francesca Hayward. You know, the star of the film that we have barely had.
I said to you, and I had to look this up. I was like, because the weird thing with that, the whole incident at the start of the film is her getting
plays
thrown
Victoria
down.
the White Cat. If anyone's ever seen the stage show, this is the central character of the whole thing.
There is you're essentially being thrown in a pair of eyes to watch all of this through the thing. But the problem with it, it's my problem with something like Oliver. The when you're looking at that, is that what you have with Oliver is I know it's a fucking weird side thing, but what you have with Oliver is you have the least interesting character in here, and then you get all the Dickensian characters around it, and he's a very passive character. So much the same problem with this, but even more passive, just because she does nothing. She's like a lead ballerina basically, so that's what she was hired for, and there's like no action from her. There's nothing. She can move and she's that, but she gets nothing up until this point. And you must be 25 minutes in at this point.
We are fairly far in. This is actually I double checked. This is the 6th song. Now, in all fairness, I know you use the phrase hit rate, but I don't think we can really say that. The rate of songs is quite
just
thick
songs.
and fast.
Bang. That's the only way characters are introduced. It's just a series of bang, 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 bang. And that's, that's
Imagine there's that one cat. It's like, why don't you go and say hello? No, I can't sing for shit, man. I can dance, but I can't sing for shit. I'm more of a writer, really. I kind of like to work behind the scenes. I'm the cavities.
I'm the guy coming up. I'm the guy coming up with McCavity's magic tricks.
Exactly.
I'm the ingenue cat. Michael Caine comes out.
Motherfucker thinks finishing with meow is gangster. Like he thinks he's smashing this. God, people must be so intimidated when I leave. Yeah, totally, man.
Meow, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been great. Imagine that. They didn't even catch it. That's how little they gave a shit. The British Board of Film Classification, they're like, did he just say motherfucker? It's cats. No one's going to say
Give him something.
That's his third cat name. The cats have all got 3 fucking names.
That's Idris, man. He needs this. He needs it. Just give him this.
I'm Motherfucker T.
Motherfucker T, the cat that will fuck fuck your mother.
Now, this was the interesting bit where, don't ask me, for some reason when I was watching this, suddenly it occurred to me, you know, they make porn versions of most movies.
This is the porn version of this whole movie.
Horrible thing.
Right, no, I bet
But
you.
it suddenly occurred to me, out there somewhere, how does that even work?
In that film, no one took the arseholes out.
In fact, they added them.
Yeah, it was gaping. Yeah.
It was like right in the middle of it, and I know it sounds like a horror. It was no, get out. It was not a thought I wanted, but it was just, how does this work? I mean, is it still a musical? What weird thing to wonder.
It would be the same fonts. It'd just be pussy.
Yeah. And then my wife, quick as a flash, pointed out, was like, do you think that about every movie? I went, no, but usually the big hits, it's like, like Sound of Music and Moana. It's like, point taken, moving on, moving on. But would that film be better? You got to wonder. Then finally, we see
Jellicle cocks.
no, not Jellicle Cocks.
That's my collection of dildos.
My favorite 90s band as well. Then we got to have a look at. So the casting process in this is quite broad, I think, is fair, because I'm interested in that. We've got a West End star, someone that knows how to move. She's getting her first shot. We've got Jason Derulo, who in some respect makes sense. He probably wants to get into the movies.
So
huge.
I have a little fact about this, because obviously Judi Dench is in it.
Well, that's what I was going to come to next, actually, because she's performing in old. I'm not even going to.
Old Deuteronomy.
Yeah, there she is.
So Judi Dench,
who actually it looks like she's being held at gunpoint.
Completely.
We can tell from this why they've never done a Thundercats movie. Like, you know,
why are her ears so small? Like, that was the other thing. Everyone's has a different size of cat paraphernalia on them.
Yeah, because cats are varied in paraphernalia.
Can I say for the record, no one's ever described them as cat paraphernalia. Like, no one has ever. I would love to look at a
Are we not still talking about the porn version?
Oh God!
So Judi Dench's casting in this is interesting because she was originally cast in the original stage play.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, so she's original cast in the original stage play. She was going to play two roles. She was playing a dual role, and the dual role was the White Cat, I think. Was it the White Cat? It was. She was on the Rebel Wilson character, and another version, and she didn't go through with it because like a couple of weeks beforehand, she broke a tendon or something. Yeah.
So she was going to play Victoria the White Cat.
No, it might not be Victoria. It was definitely the Grizel. Oh no, I'll tell you what it was. She was going to do the Angelica Hudson, is that
Jennifer Hudson?
Jennifer Hudson. She was going to be Jennifer Hudson and Rebel Wilson as a dual character.
Those are pretty intense characters.
Yeah.
So this is Grisabella, the glamour cat.
Yeah.
And it would have been Jenny Dots.
Jenny Any Dots, yeah.
You see that this is the thing, the names of some of these. My natural dyslexia and distrust of that makes me go, well, I'm reading this wrong. This is another word.
Yeah.
And then when somebody goes, no, it's Jenny Any Dots. It's like, well, that is what it appears to say.
And, so she was going to be in the original and then basically didn't make it because she did a tendon.
And this was her wanting to get back in there.
I think this is them making a nod to people who know about the history of cats, because certain people love fucking Andrew Lloyd Webber stuff. I went to watch, I watched last year, I watched the Technicolor Dreamcoat one.
All right.
And I just thought it was rubbish.
Oh yeah.
It just what, and Jason Donovan was back in it as playing the king thing in it, and I was sitting there, and people were loving it, and I'm like, mate, have you not seen Hamilton? Have you not seen
Worlds?
Have you not seen? You know,
Rocky Horror.
Yeah, go
like
watch
any other type of musical theatre.
What's it called? The Book of Mormon. Like go, like the incredible stuff.
People, the genetic opera.
But I was saying this earlier. Like, I think in the alternate universe where this was the success they thought it was going to be, we'd be looking at Tom Hooper's Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Yeah, I think we'd have a film of that coming out.
Do we feel bad for Tom Hooper?
No, I don't think. I think
he's still got his money.
So he is. So I think King's Speech is filmed by numbers. Basically, I think Danish Girl is just okay, very much the same thing. I love Les Mis, but the music of Les Mis takes it there, and it's that there's an amazing is it like the Tonys that is the musical theatre thing, and like Neil Patrick Harris, who is the British James Cordon in it, but I remember him doing that year did a musical number and then just finished by like a hey Tom Hooper, I can do this without the need of an extreme close up. Yeah, but there's a link between I think there's a link between Les Mis and Cats and why you get Tom Hooper to do this. And I think it's solely down the film Memories and the film and the I Dreamed a Dream. Are almost shot the same sort of way. And I think that they've looked at I Dreamed a Dream and gone, that's a great performance. Memories is what this will be, and that's how he's ended up with the job.
Oh, 100%. Because like when Les Mis the film came out, it was that weird position. Like the general public knew of Les Mis, but they didn't know any of the songs in it except because of Susan Boyle. You had I Dreamed a Dream. So all the marketing for that was, you're going to see Anne Hathaway with snot on her face singing I Dreamed a Dream. And with this, it's like, all right, we got, you don't know Cats, but you know Memory. Jennifer Hudson, snot on her face. So and she's,
I have a little story about, so as a child, was anyone made to perform in a choir when they were about 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so I was made to perform in a choir.
And if they caught you not singing, they made you go and sing on your own.
So
fucking bastards.
I got caught worse than that. So the song, I know the lyrics to fucking Memories because it was the song that we had to sing as a kid.
Hit it! If we'd have known that, I had that ready.
Just know the lamplight. Right. And but there's a bit in it where it says, if only I knew what happiness was.
Right.
As an 11-year-old child, I was an arsehole. So I wasn't singing. No. I wasn't singing. I knew what happiness was. I was singing. I knew what a penis was, and I got caught. Wow. I got caught by the teacher, and I got kicked out of singing Memories and made to sit in the library on my own because I've been making my friends laugh by going singing about a penis.
I think that, and you could just blame that being like, I just have a thick accent,
I don't know what the problem
Everyone where I'm from has that same accent.
Although, bizarrely in the middle of that, it just occurred to me there isn't a porn version of this. Why would there be? This is the ultimate movie for furries.
Well, that's another thing.
This is going to be tickling someone. I went. See, what happened there is I was going to say this is going to be ticking someone's box, but I couldn't help but notice the word tickle came out, and then I didn't want to say tickling boxes because I'm just not that kind of guy. But
do you think during the production they had an inkling of like, listen, this isn't our prime demographic? But it doesn't hurt. But there's going to be.
I went to a convention once.
I made a.
Well, someone's going to get to do this. That's where poor Francesca Hayward is now. She's doing signings at furry conventions, as seen in Cats.
Still in the suit. A few years ago, I made a film. We had to build a set for, and we built this. But it's like huge, it's like the whole set was 3D. You'd be in it, and it was a huge dungeon set. And we were like, we spent like 25 grand on this short film. And we're sitting there and we're trying to put up with ways of like getting the money back because we're like, the director's credits, the producer's credits, not going to get any money back. Okay, we have to accept the loss. And then I was like, do you know what? We could do porn in this set because it's a fucking decent dungeon set. And there was like there was a conversation about whether or not we could sell it to like some Scottish porn studio.
I don't even want to think of that existing, Rick. I don't even want to think of Scottish porn being a thing. No one needs to see that. That's no one's niche. That is, I'm telling you now, that is no one's niche. Like, not a chance. Oh my god.
Yeah, furries. You're happy with furries?
I'm a lot more happy with someone shagging a cat than I am with shagging a Scottish person. I want to make that very clear. Just the idea of porn starting, someone's in the dungeon making scones, wearing nothing but their wellies, and then I don't know, someone comes in from sweeping up or smacking up, I'm not sure, and they have sex. I don't need to see that.
Bothy Nights coming soon.
But I am going to show
get on it, love. I'm as hard as tablet.
Come on. Moving on. Let's talk about. Finally, we get to the pretty good. I think she does a good job. Francesca Hayward. She gets beautiful ghosts or Victoria's songs, which I think is a nice.
I think that isn't the Beautiful Ghost an original for the film as well.
Oh yeah, it's not.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's nowhere to be seen in the soundtrack.
You know what? It was nice.
Yeah, she did a good. I think she did a good job.
It's the classics. It's the classic thing you always get, especially when they make like live action version of Disney films, where they're just like, oh no, just purely out of artistic choice. It's because you're trying to win an Oscar for the song.
Well,
Like,
1 second. We're just going to check if we actually have a picture for Francesca Hayward. We might not. No, that's Laurie
Oh my
Davidson. There she. I think she's a third along. Here she is.
Yes.
Here she is. Right. What bothers me about this is I'm pretty sure they've slimmed her head. What do you think? There's something not
Or
right.
just thickened to the top of it.
I thought that maybe, but there's something not right. First of all, they got to deal with ears, I guess.
yeah,
I'll be honest with you,
that's true.
like,
Apparently,
she's wearing fur,
some of the
guys.
actors had green ears painted green during the production.
She's wearing fur. That's not the worst thing they've done.
Yeah, I there's something that makes me really sad every time she's on screen, and I know what the film is. There's just something.
She's always stood in a weird way too, and I know they would have been like, ooh, but she's always like with her foot out, and it's just like that's not how a cat stands. So why are you even like if you're gonna go for a cat again? I don't know. The goal was all over the place. It's like they're like be a cat, but a dancer.
Are they trying to nail cats? Well, you know cats are sleek. It's like cats also cough up a hairball at the bottom of your bed
Because there's no weird genitals in anything, right? And
which we're all having. Apart from Jason Derulo's
but what they do is the tails are all fucking telling the sexuality of everything, and it's all weird tales that are like, oh, we're gonna, then fucking got a rock hard tail for, and then they rub ears together in the fucking weird.
Oh yeah, I love all these moments when it's like you have human faces, but instead they're just like to another person, just like, and you're like,
you know they had to go through cat boot camp. You know they had to go through. There was someone. There was some.
Guys, everyone get their cat partner. We are going to be cats.
no, but that's real, isn't it? Except Ian McKellen didn't.
Did he not?
I think I think it was Ian McKellen was like no, and then he came in. He's the best cat.
Yeah.
Well, Ian's coming up next because he's Gus the theatre cat.
Yeah.
Now I completely forgot. It must have been in the trailer because there's an element of the casting of Judi Dench and Ian McKellen that does smack of and Judi Dench and Ian McKellen, right? Just
we need credibility in some way.
It smacks of it. It's an old Hollywood trick. I'd be interested.
You shall not purr.
Yeah, you shall not purr. Ian is. He's winding down a little bit on his acting work. He's only picking certain projects, which is cool and doing some great ones. But here he is as Gus the theatre cat.
I mean, he's essentially.
I completely forgot he was in this film.
He's essentially almost playing himself. He's playing.
He's pretty much playing himself,
He's
isn't
playing
he?
himself. He's playing the lovey cat. You know,
Even when he was found in one scene just licking milk out of a bowl, that's just what he does every morning.
Oh my god, the way that like everybody like eats and drinks in this is so weirdly sexual as well. Like, you know, like when they get like bottles of
Right. Can I just say, if there's anything we're clipping off and making it to a gift, it's what we just saw.
Okay.
If there is
The
anything.
time is 2040. The time is 2040.
And the thing is, you went right into that. And then you got cats too. You know?
I think the bit you're referring to, right? I think the bit you're referring to, and it's the James Cordon bit,
in the garbage.
and it's like, and he's having CGI liquid poured in, and there's no wetness anywhere. It's just it's so fucking weird.
But they're like, isn't it funny that he keeps singing but also drinking? She's like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like,
Gift number 2. Gift number 2.
We're going to be a bit careful.
Still 2040, by the way. Still 2040.
We're going to be a bit.
Okay, put more into that. Come on, don't just.
Listen, I mean, it's for $4,000. No, the thing is,
A nice callback to your own set.
it's a set which no one has seen. Although I am now worried there's going to be a still somewhere of me going like this and just Jason Derulo's massive bulge just in there. We can cut along a fair pelt here because we've seen most of the there's some great members of the cast. Let me go through some of the cast we haven't actually talked about, but we don't have pictures of. There's Robbie Fairchild as Munchkin Trap or whatever the hell it is. Let's see. We've also got Taylor Swift.
Yep.
It's probably one of the biggest casting. Now, I know for a fact that Taylor Swift's whole thing was want to get into the movies.
Yeah.
Want to get into the movies.
Because I resent
here's
it.
Taylor here. Look, you're probably maybe pulling this one of the best.
So
Is she pulling this? What do you think? Is she pulling this off?
I think I just resent it for the same reason. It's like Lady Gaga in a movie. It's like, okay, this is, do you not stay in your lane, but do you really have to be here? Because you're not. But the best part is in her song, she has to put on a British accent to fit in with everyone and to make sure it rhymes. Because the songs fit on, like, the end of the lyric is like, make sure no one's there. But it's like she has to say there or something. And like, she turns British for one line and you're like, fuck you.
There's an amazing moment, which I don't know whether it's in the play, but where it's about rhyming and someone using the word Thames instead of Thames.
James Cordon says at the end of the movie.
And it's like you can't use the word Thames to make a rhyme. It's pronounced Thames is in there, and I'm like, I don't know whether that's in the thing or where it comes from, but yeah.
Is that why Andrew Lloyd Webber didn't like it? Just that one thing.
Like,
This piss is boiling.
God damn it! First of all, no one's lost their coat. Second of all,
I don't know if. So I know that Rihanna turned. And we had a chat about this. Right? Rihanna turned down a role.
I've always
I don't know
Rihanna.
whether it's this role or that's the only role I can imagine it would be.
There's a couple of roles that I mean, it is not inconceivable that it was the Jennifer Hudson role. Of course, she sings "Memory," which probably the big outright hit. I mean, we've got Mr. Mistopheles,
Magical Mr.
there we go. McCavity comes popping in, feature Taylor and Idris as well. But Jennifer Hudson, like the thing that gets me about this is, what you can see when people are really trying.
Yep.
And she is really trying in this to make this work.
There's no introduction to.
I hate that.
Unless you have read the backstory, you don't get
There's no introduction to the character. There's no. I don't. So basically, the idea is that she was a beautiful singing cat.
Yeah.
McCavity got hooked on junk apparently or some sort of thing. Catnip. Okay.
So I don't know what junk would be to a cat. I'm going with catnip. Unless it's heroin. That's a whole totally different thing.
But I mean, that's essentially what she is. She's the homeless junkie cat now who's fallen from heights. And then, but you kind of don't get any kind of, there's no character development or anything like that. You just get her singing Memories. And then Memories is a great song, as I proved as a child. But none of the lyrics of Memories are anything to do with being a fucking cat. Like none of it. It's none of it is like tells you anything. It's like
so. Let's just picture this for a second. She's singing this wherever she is. Is it just a bunch of cats who I imagine make up the majority of the audience? Maybe a couple of mice, maybe a couple of weasels.
Yeah, because she's a cat entertainer.
Yeah. So are they sitting there going like, I mean, she's a lovely singer, but I have no idea what she's talking about. I mean, this says nothing to me.
It's not relatable.
I thought we'd find our first dance.
We're all alone in the moonlight. Do you know what I mean?
We're all alone in the moonlight. What the hell's she talking about?
You know, and it's like so.
Or wherever a cat would go, meow.
That's it again. It's
disappear.
like, is she singing at the Claw Hotel? Are cats employed in this world? What is the fucking world?
I
Like,
never thought about that. Do they pay national insurance? Is there a cat NHS?
well, no, because they're house cats. But then, it's like, I'm a glamour cat. What does that mean?
And they said
she's on OnlyFans.
like they say like she used to play the Windmill Club, and it's just like
do we see the Windmill Club?
Yeah, I think that's the theater.
No, it's the Egyptian.
The Egyptian, right? Okay.
It's the Windmill Club. Is that a reference to something like Moulin Rouge? Is it?
It must be.
Right.
You know when you would see like a cartoon right? And they'd be the boat where all the humans getting on,
Yeah.
and then it'd pan down, and
there's a little
and there's a little tiny one, and the
Yes.
mice are all getting on, or the
Yes.
rats or something.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about.
Well, that's that bit with the Rebel Wilson bit. She actually does that. She's trained mice
Yeah.
to
But
perform.
imagine I don't know, you're we need to fix the electricity's gone in this building again. Don't worry, I'll have a look under. You're going under the Alhambra Theatre or something like that. What the hell is this? There's another theatre.
A cat pouring catnip on others. They're all dancing, writhing
Guys
around.
rehearsing. Because cats will have to rehearse. This pissed me off when I thought about this with the dad. Cats must rehearse. If they perform the Windmill Club, there has to be a bit where she could not sing.
There's a bit where they refer to rehearsals, and it's they did refer to rehearsals with Ian McKellen, and he goes, "Have you rehearsed? Are you nervous?" And Ian McKellen goes, "No, you rehearse enough. You never get nervous."
Yeah.
So clearly, rehearsals are a fucking thing in this universe.
Fuck. Who pays for rehearsal? I've got so many questions that I know don't need answered. Yeah.
No, they need answered. They just cannot be answered because this was, like you said, Andrew Lloyd Webber's like, it's just cats. Like there is no deeper meaning. And so when you watch it, we want more resolution. We want emotions, but there's nothing. They're giving us nothing.
Yeah.
We are near the end, my friends. We finally get to the addressing of cats. Which seems an odd thing to say. Immediately made me think of cat stamps and just random cat bunged in a letterbox. The addressing of cats by Judi Dench. One of the last numbers we have.
It
before
sucks so bad.
she like Judi Dench is many things, but she is not a singer.
God bless her. God bless her for trying. But yeah.
It's the moment, like, you've made
You
it
look
through the whole
outraged, Dick. I'm
film.
going to come back with your outrage in a second.
Like, you've made it through the whole film, and then just at this moment, Judi Dench turns to face you, and is just like, and now you know a cat is not a dog.
And then they all repeat it again, and you're like, okay, I'm waiting for something deeper. No.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
I know. We're at the end. I just feel as though. Can we talk about that barge thing and the?
Right. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's fair. Let's talk about
You mean
it.
when they appear on the boat and James Cordon says, "Where are we?" and Rebel Wilson has the line, "It seems we are on a boat in the Thames," and I'm like, "Fuck!" Just loading again.
I mean, it's so there's two bits.
By the way, who's the cat that's getting brought back? I keep forgetting that there was a plot to this. It's like, the fuck is going on?
Jennifer
It's Jennifer
Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah,
Jennifer Hudson.
but that was the problem. It's like I kept forgetting there was a
Oh, yeah,
plot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you're not meant to do that.
No. So there's the bit where Judi Dench has been magic to it and has been forced
Yes.
to do it, and then they all sing.
What was it? Ray is pushing her off.
Ray's pushing her off the end,
Yeah.
and then there's a bit where they're saying to the magical cat, just bring her back. And he's clearly not a magician.
Yeah.
He's clearly a trickster, right, kind of thing. And he produced mice, and he just weirdly kind of goes, the whole point, right, let's get her back. And then she's behind, and it's like, how is any of that like real and possible? It's
And
not
it's so
impossible, but
easy.
I guess in saying that, you've just used the word real impossible.
I know.
We do have to appreciate that. I mean, it is a fact. Is it a dream or is it a nightmare? It's really hard to tell. You know that way, like in a nightmare, you can't punch someone. That's. I found that we want to turn this off. It's like I feel like I want to turn this off, but I kind of want to see what the next thing is. It's like when you drive by a car accident and you kind of like you don't want to see anyone hurt, but you kind of hope you see a head or something. You know, just like something just rolling about. The police are chasing. Oh, stop kicking it, you idiot! You know, you kind of hope. And then we finish off. That might be my review of Cats. Then we finish off with Beautiful Ghosts performed by Taylor Swift. So she's not even letting who's already fucking sang it earlier on. Oh, we got to get all fucking Tay back to sing the song at the fucking end, and then they call a rap on Cats. There is a couple of other names in here. Danny Collins is in the movie as Mungo Jerry Cat. The Les twins are there as Plato and Socrates. They're the Les twins. That's all I've got. That's what they cast. Ray Winston turns up as Grill Tiger, which took me completely out of this because it's like, the fuck is Ray Winston doing in this?
Yeah, I think Ray Winston was the first actor to realize they were in a stinker and like managed to escape all of the trailers, all the
just don't want it.
posters.
You feel as though that's all he's done it in one day shoot. I'm not leaving this set. I'm the guy on the barge.
Do you think that phone call came up? We go, I've just seen the trailer, Ray. You're not even in it. And he's like, well, no, I'm good. I'm good. That's all right. That's all right.
He was the least cat man. Like you, even while acting, it's like Ian McKellen's going for it, and he just Ray's just like, I'm a fucking cat.
He's sort of in like, I expect him to tell, I expect the voice of him to go, bet 365.
Like he got cast as a dog, and they went, no. You're going to be a cat.
That would have been incredible casting.
He
The
would have
dog
been great
being
as a
seen on
dog.
screen. Oh my god, yeah.
But he was not allowed to show his arsehole on camera. And we all know the fondness. Anyway, it shambles to a stop. Guys, I think this one is, we've had so much to talk about with this movie. I found, like, I am an open book when it comes to most films. I've absolutely, it took me 4 goes.
Now, did you restart, or were you just going through?
No, I started from where I finished. I considered it time served, as they would say in prison terms. The fact that this made any money had to be die-hard Cats fans.
It's odd. There's what you've got in the world out there is you've got die-hard Cats fans who love Andrew Lloyd Webber stuff, and they do it. You've now got I read a whole load of like online reviews, and the amount of people going like 1 star, half a star, amazing. I'm going to watch it in that kind of like, it's become like The Room a little bit. Yeah. It's the only film the Telegraph have ever given 0 stars to.
Oh, Jesus God.
Yeah.
What did you think? What's your kind of final takeaway, Kate?
You know those cats, like those Sphinx cats that have no hair?
Yeah.
I wanted to see one of those. I wanted a naked, a hairless cat, and would it just be a nude person? Would it just be Jason Derulo with his chains and his medallions?
There's so many. It did win some awards.
No.
Would you like it? Oh, it did very well, the Razzies. Give me just 1 second. Let me get up. Before I do that, thank you very much for watching the episode. You can go back and watch all the other episodes on Spotify, and you can watch them on YouTube, and don't forget to follow everyone's socials here. We would love to hear from you again. The next one we're going to do, I don't know, Chris, would you like to pick the next one? Do you have any in mind? Because I've got one ready to go.
I've got another one.
No, you're fuck off. Like, that is not happening. I mean, I have great love and respect, but not a fucking chance. I need another run round before I get to the next one. Oh
I'd love to take a dip in the pool with Showgirls.
Oh no! Oh shit! Okay, you gotta come back for that.
I've taken that sentence out of context as well.
Okay, you gotta come back for that one. You come back for that one.
I'm in.
That would be I have done a watch along in front of a live audience with Showgirls where we repped it as we were going.
I just remember the line.
And there is one bit where it's like they were playing. If everyone remembers, there is an assault right in the middle of it. I'm not spoiler. And I loudly went, projector guy, I think we can really fast this one on if anyone thinks I'm gonna yuck it up over. And we won't on the episode, trust me. But that's our next one, Showgirls. Fuck Chris. Fuck Chris. Right, a couple of awards. It won Campus Flick of the Year at the Dorian Awards. The Golden Globe Awards. It was nominated, I'm afraid to say, for Best Original Song, which was Beautiful Ghosts. At the Golden Razzies Awards of 2020, it won Best Picture. Worst Picture, Worst Director, Worst Supporting Actor, Worst Supporting Actress, which was Rebel Wilson, James Cordon. Worst Screenplay, so poor Andrew Lloyd Webber's got one of those.
No, that's not him. The screenplay was Tom Hooper.
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Lee Hall and Tom Hooper based on the musical, but apparently he did have one sent to him.
It was produced by Spielberg. It's an
Amblin movie.
It's an Amblin movie.
It's an Amblin movie.
What?
Yeah.
So the reason that came about was because, like, all right, going back to earlier, you were talking about The Lion King, and like you got the original film, and you got in the 90s when they were first making a go of this. This was kind of going to be a reverse Lion King thing where it was going to be an Amblin animated feature, and you can see concept art, and it's just like, oh, they are cats on all fours. They're and it's like, that makes sense.
So sort of
I was
like
going to ask if that was going to be an option, because I'm interested in seeing that.
Like an American Tail kind of territory.
Yeah, like Don Bluth, 2D,
Right. Guys, all I've got to say is let's not give them any ideas to do any live action American Tail. My little Harkin. Bible! Papa! I couldn't take it. I couldn't.
But with the device that Rebel Wilson has trained. So just
One of them's Spival.
Right, that's all we've got time for this episode of Watch Bad Movies with Great Comedians. That was Cats. Our next one is going to be Showgirls. I'd like to thank, she's coming back, the wonderful Kate Hammer. Of course, we've got Chris Thorburn, Mr. Rick Molland, and I've been Billy Kirkwood. You know, I can only think of one way to finish this. And that would maybe be with a live rendition of Memories.
by Rick.
Of maybe, I haven't got it queued up. I
Neither do I.
Where's my Spotify? No. That's fucking happening on the show, man. That's fucking, we'll do it on the live show. That's all good.
Only with snot pouring out of your
Rick
mouth.
Molland with snot all over his face. That's all we got time for. Watch Bad Movies. We'll see you next time. Bye.